Good evening, friends. This side Rahul Magan here is a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. Now, this time we would be covering in continuance of the video which we shared earlier, but we are covering a topic which is participative range forward sell side. Now, previously we covered from an import angle, which is Reliance Industries Limited, ExxonMobil, Petronas, Petrobras. All those companies, those who are having import exposure. Now, we've taken a currency USD dollar, you can price in any currency. Of course, remember that today this support 4:1, whether it's an export or an import. But that doesn't mean that tomorrow it's going to be supporting 4:1. It might support 2:1. It might support 5:1. There is no guarantee. So do not make a mindset that it is going to be supporting only 4:1. Remember that. Now here we have taken a corporate Cognizant India. We do not think anyone needs to understand who is Cognizant. Cognizant is number one IT company we have in India with a top line of approximately 19 to 20 billion US dollars on an annual note. And the bank who is taking position is Goldman India. These are only for examples. Well, the type is a range forward sell side and the period is 12 months. The premium is zero, the very important thing. This being priced using Bloomberg today morning. So I again repeat, here we have sell side. Sell side means two parts. Of course, like a buy side. But in the buy side, we have taken buy call and sell put. Here we are taking reverse, which is buy put. Buy put means right to sell, which means Cognizant is having right to sell. Because what is the business model of Cognizant? It's an IT and ITES services. Information technology and information technology enabled services. Now, Cognizant works for the client which is outside India, and they have delivery center in India, Philippines, and all the low cost countries, right? Now they hire people in India, pay them in Indian rupee, operating cost, facility cost, all cost is in Indian rupee, while the revenue which they are getting is in US dollars. GBP, Swiss franc, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, Sing dollar, Aussie dollar, and different currencies. We here taking an example of USD INR, which is US dollar to Indian rupee, right? So we assuming the account receivable currency is US dollar. Now today it does support 4:1 pricing. Now buy put means right to sell. Cognizant have right to sell while Goldman is obliged to buy. That is what we want. Cognizant having right to sell while Cognizant is obliged to buy. On the contrary, here in a sell call, Cognizant is obliged to buy. Cognizant is obliged to sell while Goldman having right to buy. Now here it's basically the weakest part. Like in this case, in case of, let me remind you, in case of long, we are having buy call and we are having sell put. Now this was the weakest part because this is obligation. Here this is the weakest part. But we are very lucky, we have Bloomberg, Reuters, and they, with the help of the knowledge we received over the period of the time, be able to create something which is participative range forward, which is this. Generally the world even do not dare to talk about basically non-participative, wherein both side notional are the same. Here it is 4:1. Well, the strikes we have taken, basically the price is 72 here, which means Cognizant have a right to sell at 72. Now practically today Indian rupee is at 71.50. Now today the outright, which means the spot plus premium. So spot is 71.50 while the 1 year premium is 3 rupees. So total 74.50. So 1 year outright if we buy forward is 74.50. While the buy put we have taken is 72, which is not far from at the money. This outright is also known as at the money. It is not from at the money, while in case of sell call we are in the money. Now I'll take 3 Tokyo cuts in the interest of time. The first Tokyo cut would be 76. Would Cognizant be selling to Goldman at 72 if the market is at 76? Definitely not. So it is 76 minus 72 which is 80 lakhs. I write plus. Would Goldman be buying from Cognizant at 78 if the market at 76? No. We call this worthless. Net is 80 lakhs notional. Sorry, notional. Let us take another which is 80. Would Cognizant be selling? No. Market is at 80, they won't sell at 72. Which is plus 1.6 crores notional. While Goldman would surely be buying at 78 if the market is at 80, that's for sure. So 2 rupees of loss would surely they have to face, which is 20 lakhs. Net would be 1.4 crore. Now take it as the last, take it as although 1 year down the line rupee to turn 68 is next to impossible, but for the sake of example, assuming rupee turns 68, would Goldman be selling at would Cognizant be selling to Goldman at 72 if the market is at 68? Of course. That's once again 80 lakhs real, and that is I'm right away writing because Goldman will not buy from Cognizant at 78 once market is at 68. So the net result would be 80 lakhs real. That's notional. We need to understand one thing, that market is volatile. 2019 is being set for volatile market, and 2020 market is going to be like this bumpy curve. USD INR is not an exception. In fact, USD to Sing dollar is also not an exception now. USD to Sing dollar is trading at 1.3850 and heading to 1.39. Probably by end of December it will touch 1.4. GBP is facing a bump, not a bumpy right now, but we know that British Parliament has been suspended for 1 month by the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and God knows what is there in the line for British pound. Euro also facing a lot of issues as far as the Deutsche Bank crash and a lot of economics is concerned. Well, every currency is facing an issue, including Swiss franc, Australian dollar. Participative range forward is one of the rightest solution the company do have. Well, we have participated Seagull also, participated Straddle also. There are multiple strategies, but everything we are not putting in the public domain as it is subject to charges. We'll put them on Amazon. You can buy directly from the Amazon. Amazon store is going to open pretty soon for Treasury Consulting. We need to understand that participative range forward will not only protect your weak side, which is this, but also keep the notional low. On the contrary, participative range forward would also let you to play safe in the game. But the so-called consultants who give you USD INR this, USD INR this, Greenwich, Greenback, they never tell you what exactly is participative range forward. This is how participative range forward work, and that is on the export side. We thank you very much. You know my mobile number +91, which is an Indian code 9899242978. You know our fixed income platform www.fixedincome.global. If you have a zeal, you have something to say, we have a WhatsApp group for you. But that is on an invitation note. And remember, Treasury Consulting is heading as a bank now. Treasury Consulting Bank. Have a good time and sweet dreams.